What you're charged with is aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. The range of punishment for that offense is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So with regards to the $1,000 fine, unless there's a reason not to, the court normally will probate that. So is that what you were wanting to address, Ms. McDonald?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So the $1,000 fine will be probated. 5 years deferred adjudication. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Now, you wanted to address the McMouth evaluation, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, what do you want to say about that?
Judge, my client has been in custody, unable to postpone since November. Judge, I truly believe this incident might have occurred due to some med adjusting after speaking with the family. So Judge, I'm just asking if you would consider to allow those evaluations to be done out of custody, considering the amount of wait time for beds should Mr. Thompson need inpatient treatment.
All right, what prior medications were your client on?
I spoke with his sister, Judge, and he was seeing a private doctor, Dr. R. Jimenez. They made that switch last year in October. So at the time that this case happened, he was transitioning between doctors, Judge, and was prescribed new medication, clozapine, Judge. And I don't believe he reacted well to that. And that might have been the stem of this incident, Judge, and in consideration of that and the fact that he does have private health care out of custody, I would just respectfully request that he be allowed to be out of custody when these evaluations are pending.
All right. And State, have you talked to Travion Martinez? And does Travion Martinez wish for Mr. Thompson to be on deferred?
Your Honor, the victim on this case was not cooperative, and he stated that even if we were to proceed, that he would hope that he would get probation and some type of mental health counseling or help.
Mr. Thompson, where are you going to be living?
He's on.
You're on mute. If you could press yes, where will you be living?
You're good. With my sister.
And who is your sister?
Gloria Martinez.
I'm sorry, who?
Gloria Martinez.
Have you talked to her?
My lawyer has.
I spoke with her this morning, Judge.
Does she want him to live with her?
Yes, Your Honor. She's been caring for him for the past 2 years. He has no other family to take him in.
All right. And so her address won't be on the YouTube. Can you chat me her address, please? And then I'm going to need you to go into the breakout room to give that address to probation.
I will, Judge. I'll have to call her again. I'll get it.
All right. Thank you. All right, Mr. Thompson, do you have employment or are you receiving SSI?
I see SSI.
And you get your. And what are you planning on? I mean, what do you do in your spare time?
I do construction jobs, and I'm gonna find me another job.
All right. Well, I'm not in the SSI department. I don't know if you're allowed to work.
No, because I am on a. I'm sorry. I am on a work program called Work Ready. Is a program that I'm under. I can work and still get my checks.
Okay. What is the name of the program, sir?
Because Work Now is a government entity that was made a while ago.
Okay, because I know SSI checks are not a lot, and then not to be allowed to do what you can do is always complicated. So I'm glad you're able to do that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you know how to Zoom? If I require you to report by Zoom, are you able to do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have a case manager?
I had one in Austin, but I could try to get one.
I think a case manager will really be helpful to you, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not necessarily going to order that, but you probably would be better with your medication compliance if you had a case manager. And the reason why I'm not ordering it, because I don't think it's my duty or within my expertise to interfere with any type of medical relationship you have with your doctor. So if you want to, consider asking your doctor about getting you a case manager.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any children?
Yes, all my kids are grown.
Okay. Let's not call them kids, because I grew up learning that kids were baby goats. So let's call them children. Okay.
Children. All my children is grown.
All right. It's going to be $1,000 fine that will be probated. 5 years deferred adjudication. Mr. Thompson, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
Well, ma'am, I just want to get out of jail. That's all. And I will never.
So you need to get out of jail in order to be successful. We're working on that. So anything other than the get out of jail part?
No, you're great. You do everything like you're supposed to do. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Thompson. All right. We can go off the record. Mr. Thompson, I saw where you were the complainant's uncle. We're going to have to do better. All right.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
No, I mean, well, you don't have to apologize to me, but you probably need to apologize to him.
Yes, ma'am.
I find it best when people get upset, just walk away.
Yes, ma'am.
Find a place to calm down. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to send you to breakout room number 1. Are you the same Louis Fletcher Thompson who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 0273 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on February 10th, 2022 for a period of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Your Honor, violation of condition number 4. In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Louis Fletcher Thompson, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of September and October 2022 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True. And we'll waive the remaining violations, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objection, Judge.
Did you understand by pleading true, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there an agreement?
Your Honor, there is an agreement to deny the motion and to alter and amend for inpatient treatment. The state is agreeable to lifetime recovery, which he has done before. However, if for some reason he doesn't qualify or can't continue with the state ISF.
All right, is that the agreement?
That's the agreement, Your Honor. And just a little bit of background, having since been on probation, he was rendered homeless. I did speak with the Vice President of Admissions, Mr. Welch from Lifetime Recovery. He did state that he could be possibly transferred with the court's okay in about 1.5 to 2 weeks. And it did say that they can assist him with housing, they can assist him with additional counseling, and they can help him with placements in terms of possible Haven for Hope, an Oxford home, things of that nature. And I believe the state and the defense is agreeable in that there will be more opportunities for him with Lifetime Recovery and the resources they have versus ISF. I believe the recommendation for ISF was for cognitive reasons, not particularly significant drug reasons, but he has fallen on hard times, Your Honor. He has not reoffended or picked up any number ones. He did, fail to report for a couple months, and he did want me to apologize on his behalf for that, Judge. But we're hoping that he can get the chance for treatment to get back on the right track. And it would be a shorter process than the ISF.
Ms. Fletcher, Mr. Fletcher, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. Why are you not reporting?
Well, because I was staying with my sister and I thought she would take me to court in, and she never did. And she's the one who sold that.
She's the one who what?
She's the one who sold these drugs.
All right, who's your sister?
Lloyd Martinez.
All right, you're not supposed to be staying with Gloria Martinez.
I know. I'm sorry. I
Well,
thought she would help me, but.
well, no, you're not supposed to be staying with her. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
How far did you go in school?
Well,
So there are rules in place for you. If you don't follow those rules, you could end up going to prison for 20 years.
yes, ma'am.
You are not allowed to stay with Gloria Martinez.
Yes,
That is
ma'am.
clearly in your conditions.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
And, well, I mean, you should be sorry for you
I know.
because you're making bad decisions as though your life means nothing. Why you would want to live with somebody who is selling you ice is beyond me when you know you have a drug problem. You understand?
Sorry.
Well, no, I mean, you should be apologizing to yourself and apologizing to your body
Yes, ma'am.
and apologizing to Lifetime Recovery, because Lifetime Recovery spent resources on you, and they spent resources on you because they think you're worth it. And then you just throw it all away to go live with your sister who's using drugs and giving you drugs.
And Your Honor, he was living with her, but he had since stopped, and he was at the homeless shelter, so he realized he was there. He was not picked up there or anything like that. He was picked up when he was living at Haven for Hope. So he had since stopped that relationship, and he's in agreement that he's not gonna go back there. Yeah, he wasn't living with her at the time of him getting picked up.
I've been homeless for 2 months.
Well, I mean, about being homeless, do you have a job? Did you get a job?
I get SSI.
All right, so I know that if you receive SSI, SSI does help you with housing. Everybody, not you per se, but a majority, well, I won't even say a majority. Some people are just, oh, I'm homeless, and they're not trying to get a job. I see people every day who are coming up to my car, wanting to wash my windshield, or coming up to me, wanting me to give them money. At some point, people should be tired of, let me go out here and beg today and beg somebody to give me money. Wouldn't it be so much better? Wouldn't it be so much for your self-esteem if you didn't have to beg people for money?
I don't do that.
Well, you need to get a job.
Yes, ma'am.
You need to stop living with your sister.
Yes, ma'am.
And being contrite in front of me and apologizing for doing what you know is wrong is not really an apology. That's an apology to me for getting caught. It's not a true apology. That's you saying it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. You knew you were not supposed to live with your sister. So instead of coming to court and asking for permission, your idea was, I'm going to live with my sister. And I know your sister then forced drugs upon you. You know you have a drug issue, but you went to go live with your sister because you could get drugs. And now you're coming to the court and saying, let me apologize to you. Let me ask for forgiveness because I didn't want permission because I knew you were not giving it. So I'll follow your agreement, but I'm telling you right now, everything that you do from here on out, you need to ask yourself, is this something that could potentially result in me going to prison for 20 years? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And if in your mind you say, the decision I'm making right now, I don't know, there's a possibility it could result in me going to prison for 20 years, then you shouldn't do it. And don't try to do this thing with me where you're asking for forgiveness instead of permission. And if it's something that definitely tells you, oh yeah, I'm going to get in trouble for this, then you definitely should not be doing it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you get out of Lifetime, I'm going to deny the motion. Alternate mean conditions to Lifetime Recovery. Lifetime Recovery will be picking you up from the Bexar County Jail. And he is not to have any contact with Gloria Martinez. Do I need to say it again? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, I'll definitely, after we speak, admonish him about the consequences. I know you did a great job of that, and I think that is a good idea, being transferred directly into it, because he has since detoxed, and it'd be a good opportunity for him to grow there. But we do appreciate the opportunity. He's appreciative of the opportunity, and I'm sure he's not going to be saying sorry in the future. He's going to be saying thank you for the chance.
Thank you, counsel.
I'm sorry. Thank you for checking.
All right, you're welcome.
I'm just going to show you respect. That's all.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Oh.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Are you the same Louis Fletcher Thompson who's placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 0273 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on February 10th, 2022 for a term of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Your Honor, in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Louis Fletcher Thompson, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of October and November 2023 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True. And Your Honor, I don't believe there's any other violations of conditions.
No. Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 4, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
True.
No, knowing that I could sentence you to prison for 20 years and up to $10,000 fine, do you still wish to plead to true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is that?
Counsel.
That my client is going to remain in custody to do another TAP evaluation, continue him on deferred adjudication.
All right, so I'm wondering, why should I do this? And the reason why I ask that is because this is not his first motion to revoke. So we had previous motion to revoke for him, and he was to participate in lifetime recovery program.
Which he did, Your Honor.
All right.
Completed.
And then after that, he was here just April 13th, 2023. It was a violation of condition number 4. And now we're back for another violation of condition number 4. I don't know if there's anything to do for him.
We're not going to sit here, Your Honor, and make excuses for my client. There have been substantial issues in his life. He's homeless, not that that's an excuse. I mean, he's working to make himself better at this point. He indicated to me, and I know I've talked to probation as well, that probation makes every single accommodation available to have him report, whether that's in person, on the phone, via Zoom. So opportunities have been made. He's not here telling the court, you know what, I just absconded. He's actually trying. He's been through some turbulent circumstances in his life. One of those being is he's gotten some of his objects stolen from him, his cell phone, so that made it a little bit impossible for him. He doesn't have a vehicle. He's homeless. So he hasn't had those opportunities, but he's keeping to try and do better. If the court looks at the motion or at the paperwork submitted by probation, he's continuing to do everything. He's completed the classes. So we're asking this court to just give him the opportunity to not be a convicted felon in this matter.
Probation?
Judge would ask that if he is not revoked or him to undergo a new TAP and make DDRF screening while he's in custody. And if DDRF is recommended, if he meets the criteria that he actually be sent to DDRF, that is if he's not revoked.
Okay. Is there anything you wish to say?
Yes, I do.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
My name is Louis Fletcher Thompson III.
All right, what do you wish to say?
That I tried to put in, but they moved my probation office to a different area, and I don't know San Antonio like this. So I got lost. I tried to find it 2 days in a row, and I got lost on the west side. I had to sleep in the streets because I couldn't find it. And I promise I tried.
So why don't you just go back to the same probation office?
Because they moved me.
No. Even though they move you, if you get lost and you can't find the location, why not just go back to your regular location and say, hey, I can't find this new location y'all are sending me to. I'm not familiar with San Antonio. Where is it?
Oh, I didn't know that I could do that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
But-
because the goal
but
is to make,
If y'all gave me another chance, can you put me back over there?
no, I mean, I'm not in charge of where you're placed. So what are we going to do about this?
Well, I believe that if the court does keep him on the deferred and we do the whole new TAP evaluation and the DDRF, I think it would be beneficial for him to actually do the DDRF program, which is something that he's indicated to me.
All right, so how are we going to address the homeless issue and all of that?
Well,
Can I go to a homeless group home?
No, I mean, it's just in general. No, you're not doing that right now. Right now, I'm trying to make a decision on whether to revoke you or not. They're saying TAP evaluation and DDRF, which is fine. But my concern is if I go along with this, once he's completed everything, are we going to be right back here with he has no place to stay, he's missing?
I guess that question, Judge, is a little bit more outside
No, it's not.
my pay grade in the sense that I do not know the answer to cure homelessness at this point. Had I known the answer to that, I don't think I would be a lawyer at this point. But if the programs actually do allow him to maybe do some rehabilitation and get him into the workforce, that would essentially give him the opportunity to get his life together, get him a job, get him a pay, and he can start looking for an actual place to reside. But at this moment, I don't have a solution.
I get SSI.
Okay, so they have a community court. They probably have some resources that can be given to him. If you get those resources in writing or something and give to him.
Well, I think that would be fantastic for him, but if that's the case, then I don't want him to be a convicted felon because maybe he won't be allowed to get some of those resources, especially for secondary funds.
So if I continue him, you're walking over the community court, which is right next door, to get those resources. So he have them before he leaves to go back to the jail today.
I think that would be a great idea. I'll walk over to County Court 15 and get those.
All right. Court will deny the motion, alternate conditions to include TAP and DDRF in custody. Is there anything else?
Nothing further from the defense.
Is there anything else you need from the court?
No, ma'am.
Probation, is there anything else?
I would ask that maybe make it a condition that if he doesn't report after 1 month to file the NCR.
Yes. All right. If you don't report after 1 month, a motion to revoke is going to be filed. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thanks, Judge.
You're welcome.
So go next one.
Yes. And Deputy Mahia, he's going to go next door to grab some information for him.